Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, featured on the Roar 93.5 FM, 99.1 FM, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning. Happy Hump Day, everyone. That means we've got Would You Rather Wednesday coming up later. But first, we got to talk about the Red Wings win over the Islanders 2-1. Nedeljkovic with a great game. Larkin scored on a power play with assists from Mo and Lucas, which we always love from our rookies. Siders scored his 20th career point. He is the second fewest. He required the second fewest games by a rookie defenseman to reach the mark behind Nicholas Lindstrom. So that's always
in franchise history, right?
Yes, in Red Wings history.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
Not in bad company, all of these rookies.
I swear I feel like a dad.
Yeah, we were proud of them.
When I watch the Red Wings, I feel like a parent.
Definitely.
I'm just like watching my kid. It's like, yes. Yes, Lucas. Yes. Yes, Mortiz. Yes. They're growing up so fast.
Nedeljkovic, too.
Nedeljkovic, I love him. I mean, he's
a stud.
The fact, what I love most about him is how easy that trade looked.
Right.
Like, when it went down, I'm like, really? That's all it took? Because, like, it's not like he's some bum, some scrub off the street. Like, he actually put in I want to say, like, a good 10, 15 career performances where, like, there's something there, but it wasn't consistent. And now he's in Detroit, and he's playing really well. And I'm sorry, when I watch the Red Wings and I see Sider, Raymond, and the young guys on the board, Nedeljkovic, good night at the office, I mean, it's like a proud moment. I feel like I'm watching my kid graduate high school every single time the Red Wings play. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody else gets that feeling here.
No, for sure.
Like, when you watch the Red Wings right now, it is like stress-free. And when they win, it's like this really great high. And when they lose, it's this really great, I just don't care. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
feel
point.
like Bob Marley right now when it comes to the Detroit Red Wings. Nothing in life matters. I'm chilling. I'm watching. I'm all for it. I love it.
I call it sipping that Red Wings Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? You're sipping on it, and you're not overreacting. You get to see a game like last night, and finally, the Red Wings get to snap a 3-game losing streak, in which they were outscored in those 3 games, 18-7. They come out, they win 2-1, and Nedeljkovic looked like a stud, absolute stud. He's kind of edging himself out. We've seen it over the last couple games, just kind of edging himself out from Grice. So I'm excited to see his development. But not only that, you see Sider, you see Raymond both get a point, and Bertuzzi comes back. Obviously, we'll see how that affects, the whole COVID thing affects him late in the season, going to Canada when they take road trips, but didn't even get a point yesterday, and they were able to, get the job done.
Yeah, I feel like everybody thought it was a lock last night that he would score a goal.
Yeah.
It was too good to be true. It wasn't going to happen, unfortunately.
I almost took that bet, too. I didn't do it.
I mean, look, the Wings really got it going on offense. I believe they had, 39 shots on goal.
Impressive.
They were really aggressive last night. I love to see that. And look, I think beyond the point that they even won, they look good at home. This is a team that plays with energy. So,
different team at home.
As a fan, you want to be down at the LCA when the Wings are in town. And when they're at home, you want to be down there. I mean, look, I've got 2 tickets. Or, I should rephrase this. I'm going to 2 games in January for the Wings. I'm really excited about it. It'll be my first 2 Wings games of the year. It's a good way to break in the new year.
Definitely.
Everything's going to work out just fine. Wings are doing a great job with their rebuild. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this feeling that I get with the Red Wings. Funky in the chat says it's like watching, nothing compares to watching your firstborn walk across the stage. I don't know, man. This feels really good. I don't have a kid. This feels really good. Mm-hmm. If having a kid feels good, this kind of, it's up there. I'm sorry. Maybe when I have a kid, I can change my mind. But I don't know. I just feel like my kid just graduated kindergarten in the preseason. Graduated 5th grade after their 5th win. They're at 12, 13, 14 wins now. Graduating high school. I just want to put my arms around them right now. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm cheesing over this team. They're so fun to watch.
Yeah.
They play with energy. They're a good watch every night, even when they lose. Why? Because you're looking at the young guys like, who's going to step up tonight? Mm-hmm. Who's going to be able to make something happen for the team? And when they do, even if you're losing 5-2, it doesn't matter. because there are kids that are growing, and in 2-3 years, this is going to be a team, hopefully, that'll be making a deep run into the Stanley Cup playoff. And I won't even say hopefully, I know it. Why? Because Steve Yzerman's at the helm. I'm sorry.
Definitely.
When you have good leadership, the company always succeeds. When you have poor leadership and a track record of not being able to deliver, guess what? You probably aren't going to deliver and succeed. That's just the truth. That's the reality of everything that we're doing here. Mm-hmm. And with Steve Yzerman in control, drafting the way he has been, the maneuvering he will be doing in the upcoming off seasons, I am all for it. Love with this team, man. Love with it. I'm sorry. I could not be any happier with how this Red Wings rebuild is going.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like a rebuild.
It
looks like a watch. Wait and see. Wait and see what we are 12 months from now, 16 months from now, 18 months from now. It's a watch this. It's not a be patient with us. No, this is, hey, we're going to bring back Hockey Town. And I'm all for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cheesing this morning.
It's almost like you knew we were, people even before the season, maybe a year or two away, but now you watch these guys play and you watch, Sider, you watch Raymond, you start to think to yourself, maybe things might come a little quicker. Talented guys, man. It was fun to watch that game last night, and they got the job done, and at home, of course. So, hey, Yzerman, trust that plan. Because so far,
there's young guys on the team that you just look at
studs everywhere, man.
They're 24, 25 years old. Yeah. It's not like they're going anywhere. Yeah. It's not like you have a team full of veterans who you're going to get rid of in a year or two, and then you got to bring in a whole new haul of young guys. No. Nemestikov, Fabry, even Bertuzzi's young, Larkin, Raymond, Verana, when he gets back. I mean, come on, guys.
He's not even here yet, yeah.
It's a good team. And it's not only a good team, it's young. So this is why I always say fans are willing to be patient when you show them something to look forward to. Watching the Red Wings play, I know I'm going to be at the LCA a year and a half, 2 years from now, watching playoff hockey. I just know it. Yeah, I absolutely can guarantee it. There's no doubt in my mind. So that's why you're willing to accept and support a quote-unquote rebuild when it doesn't even look like one. God bless the Wings. God bless Steve Yzerman. We need to do like a national anthem for Steve Yzerman in this city, I swear.
Oh, yeah. By far putting the best product on TV for us. Definitely. And I think that's what makes this Red Wings team so entertaining is maybe not the talent is all there yet, but they play so hard and they compete. So that's what makes it so fun to watch, these guys, man. And they've provided us with a very, very, it's a good treat, especially during the times we're watching Detroit sports right now. You got no Tigers on, and that was really the other thing we were enjoying. But
it's like, when you're saving us. It's like when you're in elementary school or middle school and you have like no friends. And then one day you show up to lunch and you grab your lunch tray and you're just like, I don't know where I'm going to sit. And then this group, some random table, they just like invite you there. And it gives you this wholesome feeling like, oh my God, this is happening. I don't have to sit alone. That's what it feels like when you're going through a rebuild. Yeah. And it's that good. I'm using so many analogies this morning. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sure you're like, what the hell is wrong with Adam? But sorry, this is what it looks like. This is what the path to success looks like. You don't get embarrassed on the way. You don't look pathetic. You don't make excuses. You sit there and you work your ass off and you put out a good product.
Hell yeah.
And you make good moves that people in the off season, before the season even starts, they say, you know what? They're onto something.
You guys, I'll come back to the Red Wings in a little bit, but I do want to hit on something that just got posted by Michigan State football. Mel Tucker has gone ahead and welcomed Tate Myre as an honorary Spartan to their 2022 class. So there's a video for that if you guys want to pop in your headphones. But if you guys don't know, Tate Myre was one of the victims from Oxford, and it was his dream to go play football at Michigan State. So here it is.
We are honored to recognize Tate Myre as the first Spartan Dog of the 2022 class. A Spartan Dog is defined not by the plays they make on the field, but by the character they exemplify, the leadership they bring to their team and their community, and for extraordinary individuals like Tate Myre, their heroism. Tate is and always will be a Spartan Dog. Tate Myre had an unmatched work ethic, athleticism, and love for his teammates. He had a passion to one day play for Michigan State. This passion was paired with an unstoppable drive and follow-through to get there. Tate's consistency on and off the football field elevated everyone who knew him. Our hearts go out to the families and loved ones of Hannah St. Juliana, Justin Schilling, Madison Baldwin, and Tate Myre. And we will continue to support the Oxford community any way that we can.
Well, there you have it, you guys. From Mel Tucker himself, Tate gets to have his dream now.
I love that. Thank you.
Me too. Yeah.
Really, I'm glad people think this way. That gives me hope for humanity. People like that. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. And the fact that they did, knowing that he was pursuing football at Toledo, potentially, or wherever else he was looking at, that means something. I'm sorry. That means something to his family. That puts a smile on their faces. That kind of gives them this little closure of, you know what? He wanted to pursue football. It wasn't meant to be this time, but
Right.
At least he got to fulfill it, in this type of way. I'm all for it.
And
Don't make me cry this morning. Sorry.
especially from just a football fan. I mean, acknowledging the fact that, Michigan, you got the Michigan State rivalry, and then during these hard times, both teams, you got, Michigan beating Iowa 42-3, acknowledging and admiring Tate on their uniforms, and now you got Mel Tucker giving them the, technically the scholarship. It's awesome, man, to see both these schools just put their differences aside and just do something great for a local kid who is a hero. So, good gesture by Mr. Mel Tucker. It was awesome.
All right, you guys. Well, there you have it. When we come back, we'll talk some Pistons, some Cade at Cunningham. But first, Jeff's got to tell us who keeps it cool in here.
All right. Well, Northwestern Tech, guys, great opportunity. And we know everyone's hiring. Northwestern Tech starting a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. You can learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Did you know mortgage rates are still at generational lows? If you haven't refinanced your home loan yet, there's still time. Now is your second chance to refinance. You could lower your monthly payment, eliminate credit card debt, or even take cash out by using your home's equity. Call Hall Financial now to get started with your free 5-minute mortgage review. 866-CALL-HALL or chat with us online at callhallfirst.com.
It's Adam, Jeff, and Kennedy. Mornings on the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back, everyone. We need to talk about Cade Cunningham. He, in my eyes, is the front runner for Rookie of the Year, but I got to hear it from these guys. Jeff, what do you think?
Well, for Cade, I think it's not about, because we talked about him missing games, and that's important, obviously, when you look at the Rookie of the Year race. Joel Embiid, we remember the iconic year where he had a dominant rookie year, but he played in 30 games, so he didn't win it. Malcolm Brogdon won it, even though he didn't have the necessarily the same numbers as Embiid. He played the entirety of the season. This is different. I mean, Cade missed, obviously, training camp. He took some time to get his legs under him. Didn't play the first couple games of the season, but ever since he's played, he's been getting better every game. He's looked more and more like a superstar, all-star every game. And that's what you want to see, that progression. And it's there. He's the man on his team. And Jalen Green, I mean, you saw what he looks like the first stretch of 10, 15 games. He was in the lineup. The Rockets were the worst team in basketball. He's out of the lineup. Now the Rockets are on an 8-game winning streak. So there's differences. And I think he's missed now more time than Cade. You have Evan Mobley, who was leading the Rookie of the Year race. He's missing time. Scotty Barnes is probably the only real competitor because he's balling over in Toronto. So that would really be the difference. But with Cade's case, he's leading all rookies in points. And I saw this stat, which is interesting. When LaMelo Ball won Rookie of the Year, he's putting up the same numbers as Cade right now. And now, mind you, LaMelo was healthy. But Cade, if he continues to get better and put up the points he's putting up, 20, 15, somewhere in that area, he's going to end up averaging 16 to 17 points by the end of the year. A couple assists, couple rebounds. He looks good defensively. I think he has a real case. But the thing is, if the Pistons are the worst team in basketball,
he'll still win it.
I'm hoping he still wins it.
It does not matter. It's Rookie of the Year, not most valuable play.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Sorry. LaMelo Ball won it last year, not because of stat line, but because towards the end of the year when he came back healthy, he was putting up triple-doubles, 27, 7, and 7 every night. Cade's already doing that right now.
Yeah, he's balling.
And if he's healthy all year, I'm sorry, the stat line is not finishing at 16, 6, and 6. He's going to be 20.2, maybe just below 20, around 6.8 rebounds a game. 6.2 assists, maybe even below. I don't know if he can consistently get 6 assists, but who knows? Depends how Depends if the Pistons can even score points right now. But regardless, he's the clear front runner. And guys, I think it's really nice where you can sit back and say they got the number 1 overall pick right. Now, does he become LeBron, Kobe, Steph, Giannis, KD? Is he ever going to be that level? You need 4, 5, 6 years to say that. I think we can all agree he has the ceiling for it, right? Mm-hmm. But who actually comes out and says, outside of LeBron, like he's going to come in and change the league? Well, not change the league, but like he's the next MJ. Who's that guy that's coming out? It doesn't happen often. It happens once every 30 years. So when you look at this guy, you're like, he's playing like a number 1. Yes, we're a bad team. But we know eventually when he turns good and he's a star player, we're guaranteed a playoff spot. And it's just on us to build a good team around him. And if we can draft another star, well, then we have a chance at building a dynasty here. And if we have 2 stars, maybe we can attract a free agent. That's how this thing is going to work out. But no one's going to be able to tell you Cade's going to be a superstar by year 1, 2, 3, or 4. Like, it's just, I don't want to say it's a wait and see. But in the NBA, you usually become a star by year 5. So we're 4 years away from that.
Yep.
So I don't even care to discuss he's an all-star, superstar, star player. He's got the ceiling. He's got the work ethic. He looks damn good. I don't see a problem with Cade. He's the rookie of the year so far. Hopefully he stays healthy. And look, if this team doesn't translate on the court in terms of wins, I mean, what are you going to do? What exactly can you do about it?
That's the tough part.
I don't care for the win-loss record when we're talking about rookies, especially when they're drafted in the top 3. They're going to really bad teams.
I agree with you.
Like, sorry. LeBron didn't even make the playoffs his first year in Cleveland. It just doesn't happen. Especially when your team is that bad. Especially when you have point guards where you have 3, 4 point guards playing at a time in a rotation. Where's the chemistry?
Right.
Where's the consistency? Where are the shooters? Sadiq Bey can't hit a 3 if his life depended on it right now. Mm-hmm. Teams in turmoil, but I'm sorry. I am totally in love with Cade Cunningham right now. Absolute superstar talent. Hopefully he turns good and becomes a superstar because that's what the city needs, especially for its basketball team. You need to have a superstar in today's NBA. I'm sorry, you just do. You won't win without it. The going to work Pistons, great memories. The Mavericks, I think, are the last team, even though they had Dirk, that didn't have this this buildup of superstar talent. Every year since, it's been LeBron, Wade, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Steph, Clay, KD. Like, it's been this. And then there was the year in Toronto, but we all know if the Warriors weren't hurt, they probably win that year, so I don't even pay attention to that. And then you look, the last 2 years, LeBron, AD, there's that team. Giannis, Middleton, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, that's a stacked team. Like, you need talent. And the Pistons are lacking it right now. So you need 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm sorry. It's just how long it takes in the NBA.
Yeah. And I think this rookie of the year conversation, too, it's not fair, and I agree with you, because you get drafted number 1 overall. Obviously, you're going to a bad team. And now I want to add this. Jeremy Grant's out. So I think that's going to help Cade as well. I think Moron mentioned it, which I was going to mention. It was a great point, because Jeremy Grant, your leading scorer, he's out. Cade's clearly the man. And with Sadiq, the slump he's in, Killian doesn't pose a scoring threat. So it's all really for Cade to do it himself.
Let's shift to Jeremy Grant, since you just brought him up. He's being shopped around, injured at the moment, but he's being shopped around. Isn't that funny? You shouldn't trade Jeremy Grant, Adam. You shouldn't. Why would you?
But then when they want to, it's okay.
Adam, why would you? You idiot. Why would they trade Jeremy Grant? Oh, he's injured. Oh, yeah, trade him to the Lakers. We'll get picks. Makes sense. I love people. What do you think of the Jeremy Grant move? I've obviously been saying since literally before the season started, you got to trade him before the deadline. Is that something you're comfortable with, given how young this team is? Look, I'm totally willing to agree and acknowledge. Without Jeremy Grant, they look really young. I don't want to say clueless, but it's difficult at times. But it's a young team. Even with Jeremy Grant, they look like that. So having said all that, are you on board with the Jeremy Grant? Trade him, get whatever you can for him, or it's like, let's keep him? Where are you at with this?
For me, like I'm a little torn because I like Jeremy Grant as a player. I think every team needs a guy like that. I'm not talking about to lead your team in scoring, but just a player. You got 6'8", 6'9", can guard multiple positions. I like Jeremy Grant, but the problem is where the Pistons are right now, worst team in basketball. They're probably going to make a jump next year, a little bit of a jump, and then after that, you kind of want to see progression. By the time the Pistons are competing, I think Jeremy Grant is probably going to be damn near 30 years old. So in that case, do I want a 30-year-old Jeremy Grant who's probably going to make anywhere around $20 million? I don't. And I think, credit to the Pistons now for, teams are shopping, teams are asking. You got the Kings shopping Bagley and Buddy Hield. You got the Lakers. I don't know who they're shopping because not a lot of players we'd like on the Pistons from there. But anyway, the Lakers are shopping. You got a lot of teams shopping. And I think now, yes, I think Jeremy Grant, just the way this team's heading, and now you understand that Cade, that you got to build this team around him. You got to surround him with shooting. You got to surround him with, a true big. So, yes, I believe Jeremy Grant, I don't know, I can't think of a team. I'm not going to have a favorite because I don't really know need-wise what teams are going to want Jeremy Grant, but I do know that, yeah, he probably will be on the move. Because think about it. Like, okay, next year we win, 30, 35 games, let's say, and Jeremy Grant's on the team. The following year, you jump up to 45, 50 games. That's the progression you want to see. Jeremy Grant's still on your team. He'll be, just about 30 years old. So from my perspective, if I'm making decisions, I'm getting something for Jeremy Grant because you're going to find Cade's co-stars through the draft. That's where you want to find these guys, and maybe free agency. But Jeremy Grant, where he's at now in his career, I think ship that man to a championship contender. Let's get some assets. I'm okay with it. I'm good with it.
Look, I mean, when I said it before the season started, I understood, the not slight, it was significant backlash, but guys, you have to think big picture. Jeremy is not a number one. He's a number 3.
Right.
Cade is a number 1. You got that locked up. Who the number 2 is on the team, you're hoping Saddiq Bey steps up to the plate. Right now, he's in a concerning slump, but you know what? You got to give him time. Sophomore slump, I'm willing to not look past it, but say, you know what? All right.
Yeah. You saw something rookie year.
Let's pick it up, Saddiq. Come on. You can slump for a month and a half, 2 months, but not the whole season. You're better than this. We all know it. Jeremy Grant at what, $28, $30 million once he re-ups? He's not worth it. Sorry. Especially on this team. I'd rather go get veteran big men that would stabilize this basketball team right now. I'm just not interested in it. I'm really not. So Grant's got to go. And I couldn't agree more. He really does.
And people want to act like that's not that's almost a compliment if teams want you and want to trade for you.
Take him. I will gladly drive him to the airport. I'm sorry. I said I'd do it with Tavai. I'll do it with Grant. Grant, nothing personal. I swear to you. Good basketball player.
Yeah.
Not for Detroit right now. Sorry. Go play on a competitive team and go compete for chips. It ain't happening here, bro. Sorry.
I might add this. I haven't seen you offer to drive someone to the airport since
Tavai.
Jelani Tavai. Yeah. Which the situation's not as bad.
Yeah, but it's a different situation.
It just shows you that Adam, when he says that, I'll drive you to the airport.
I mean it.
He means it. He really
that means
does.
I want you gone.
Wants you gone.
There are a few players that I make exceptions for where I take time out of my day to drive them to the airport. Tavai was the first.
Yep.
Grant can get it. So can Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook should just leave the country. He's such a bad basketball player. I could name 30, 40 point guards that are better than him all time. Easily. People say he's in the top 10.
Well, Jeff, let's not forget he's also going to drive to Cleveland to get Baker out.
I'm going this weekend. I'll be in Cleveland this weekend for all you illiterate Ohio people. I will be in Cleveland. And I will be joining Talk Show Radio.
Can I come with you?
Huh?
Can I come with you?
If you want to die, yeah.
He said if you want to die.
I'm going there for
He's
Bloodfish.
burning the place down.
Yeah, I'm going to burn the place down, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield's got to get the hell out of Cleveland. He's not a good quarterback.
Where does he go?
Not in the United States.
Oh.
He can go play in the CFL.
Canadian football.
That reference was for Fish. I got you, buddy.
Fish, would you want Baker in the CFL?
If he's any good, sure.
Well, he's not.
Well, but maybe a new team will help him. And that could go for the NFL, too. Maybe a new team will help him out.
Yeah.
Just like Odell Beckham Jr. went to a new team and he's doing better than he was on the Browns.
Definitely. Change of scenery helps, but, Pistons right now and what they need, I'm fine with it, Fish.
All right, well, we got to go to break.
We do. When we come back, you guys know it's Wednesday, so we've got Would You Rather Wednesday coming up. But first, our friends over at MyBookie.
All right, guys. I'm going to use a perfect example in the office of people that just aren't good at betting. Alex Westfall, my friend, I'm sorry. If you are not good at betting, I've got quite the options for you. Visit mybookie.ag. Bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie, guys. And please don't miss out on the promo they have running with Woodward right now. They're matching dollar for dollar. You put in, it's up to $1,000. Let me put that into perspective. You put in $100, that's all you want to put in, fine. They'll match you $100. But if you want to go big and deposit $1,000, they're going to match $1,000 for you. That's another $1,000 that you can make money on, maneuver, and bet. You want to put it on Cade Cunningham winning Rookie of the Year. That doesn't seem like a bad bet right now. So you have a lot of options, guys. And again, the Westfall reference is because if you are bad at gambling or you have a gambling problem, please call the Gambling Problem Hotline at 1-800-270-7117.
It's that time of the year again. Time for our second annual Stuff a Studio with Woodward Sports. Last year, Metro Detroit came together to help make the largest single toy donation in Mott Children's Hospital history. This year, we make it even bigger. Stuff a Studio is happening December 13th through the 17th at the Woodward Sports Studios in Birmingham. The children in Mott Children's Hospital fight so hard all year. Now it's up to all of us to help bring a smile to their faces. So while you're out holiday shopping, make sure you pick up an extra toy or two and help us spread some love to Metro Detroit this season. We look forward to seeing you December 13th through the 17th as we stuff our studio with Woodward Sports and Myre.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go! Ho, 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 ho!
Your Detroit alternative to the normal sports blah, blah, blah. It's Woodward Sports.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Morning Woodward Show. It is time for Would You Rather Wednesday. You guys know the rules. Death, not an option. All right, here we go. Would you rather start your franchise with Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, Adam?
Josh Allen. Why is that a question?
Explain yourself.
I don't even know if Lamar Jackson is going to play football beyond the age of 30. What happens when he loses his athleticism? And he's gotten better at throwing the football, but where's my guarantee?
Right.
Josh Allen, if I told him to sit in the pocket and just throw the football, he can do it. So, sorry, no. He's got a cannon of an arm, good accuracy.
Yeah.
Give me Josh Allen.
He's not as elusive as Lamar, but he can run too. So I'll take Josh, especially because of the trajectory I think Josh is kind of on right now. He's getting better every year, and so is Lamar, but kind of to Adam's point, if Lamar loses that ability to make guys miss going out and running out of the pocket, then I'll take Josh Allen. I'll take him. Didn't take him fantasy, and I'm paying for it, but I like Lamar too.
All right. Would you rather have to guard Kyrie Irving or Tyreek Hill?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'd rather guard Kyrie. It's so easy.
He would make you look so
No, he
stupid.
wouldn't. I would just tell him the earth is not flat, and then he would drop the ball and start telling me why it's flat, and then I'd pick up the ball and I'd win. Stop. Tyreek, I'd have no human chance. Tyreek Hill, I'd have no chance. But Kyrie, I just got to insult him. He'd cry like a little girl, go to Twitter, and then I'd pick up the basketball and I'd win. What? That's the truth.
The girl comment unnecessary.
Oh, what, are you going to cancel me, Kennedy?
Yes.
Shut the hell up. Get the hell out of here.
It's going to happen one of these days.
That's a tough.
It's not tough.
No, you know.
Tell him the earth is not flat, you idiot.
You know why?
And he'll get mad and drop the basketball. I promise you. Tell him you should get vaccinated.
I see you chase
He'll
him.
freak the hell out.
You could chase him with a vaccine. He might lose the ball.
Just tell him you've got the Pfizer vaccine in your back pocket. He'll freak out. He'll run away.
Actually, I'll do that. It's a good point. I
have so many different ways to beat Kyrie. Tyreek Hill will literally make me look. My kids wouldn't look at me the same if I went up one-on-one against Tyreek Hill. By the time I attempted to run press coverage on him, he would be in the end zone. No, it's not even
worth
fair.
a try.
It's not even fair. I'm white, guys. I'm not athletic. Look at me. Do I look like a cornerback in the NFL? No. But if you give me a Pfizer
Seriously,
shot, I
you?
guarantee you I can guard Kyrie Irving. Stop.
If you give me a Pfizer shot.
Give me the needle. I can guard Kyrie Irving. I promise you.
So, Jeff, you're going Kyrie too?
Yeah, you know what? The Pfizer shot's a good point. I'm chasing him with a Pfizer. But yeah, Tyreek's not even with a shot. I would line up in front of him. As soon as the ball snapped, I would just stand there. I wouldn't even run with him because there's no way. I mean, you're getting dusted. So I'll take Kyrie.
All right. Would you rather go through a 10-year WWE career or a 5-year UFC career?
Oh, a 10-year WWE career. Granted, I wouldn't see my family.
You would be good at it.
But at least I know I'm not going to die.
You would be so funny.
You honestly, I think you would.
I would be great in the WWE
because you're good at using your words.
I would be the guy that drives people to the airport. That would be my role. That would be my
Your
guy.
shtick after you beat them.
Yeah.
You drive them to the
The guy
airport.
that drops people off at the airport, and then they like do this one Sunday night special where like I fight somebody or I like
someone on a taxi.
jump somebody in backstage. I don't know. I'd do something like that. Or I'd be like the leprechaun kid. Whatever. What was his name? Smeagol? Not Smeagol.
Smeagol.
Who's the leprechaun?
I don't know. Corey would know.
This is a Corey
Corey
question.
was here.
We're both like,
Corey
it's a
would
Corey
know.
question.
The little, midget leprechaun. What was his name?
You said Smeagol. I like that one.
Wait, I'm going to look it up.
Can you find out who it is? Irish leprechaun WWE.
WWE. Dylan Mark Postal?
No, that's his real name. What's his character name?
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle. That's who I do.
Wait, he's hilarious. I've
Smeagol.
never
I'm
seen
still
this
dead
guy.
about
I would hide under the ring, and then when things would like hit the fan, I would come out and like take advantage of people. That's what I would do. I couldn't be a guy that like night in and night out wrestled. That'd be impossible. But
I'd probably do. Honestly, if I'm doing UFC, I'm signing up to get my ass beat. So you know what? I'll probably go WWE. You can have some fun with it. I just want to see the banter, the trash talk Adam would be going through with wearing that. I don't know what costume you'd be wearing. Is that your character then? You're a leprechaun? Or what are you doing?
I debate between
He'd be in
taxi
like
driver?
a chauffeur suit.
I could dress up as like a Lions player.
Lions, typical Lions fan. Just whoop everyone's ass.
Lions fan. I mean, I don't know. I could dress up as a lot of things. I could dress up as a chauffeur.
That'd be
think
funny.
that'd be cool.
Have a sign
the
with you.
polite chauffeur
with their
who
name.
like jumps the people that enter his limo. You never know. I don't know. We have to figure something out.
Okay. Would you rather have the best offensive line in the worst receiving core, or the best receiving core in the worst O line?
Who's my quarterback?
That's a good question.
Give me the receiving core.
That's your question.
Because I saw Justin Herbert do just fine last year with one of the worst offensive lines. So, and look at Baker. He's throwing Jarvis Landry and Donovan Peoples-Jones. No offense, Michigan man.
I think the quarterback's big because then you have like the Giants where they have the receiving core. They don't have the offensive line. I
don't know. That receiving core is bad. I mean, Galladay doesn't look like Kenny Galladay.
But it's better than a lot of teams, I think.
Yeah,
but
on
still,
paper,
the point is, though, you got a bunch of receivers.
I'll take the receivers.
But yeah, true. If you got Justin Herbert, give me the receivers. But if you got Baker Mayfield, give me the offensive line because depends on who your quarterback is, to be honest.
All right. Would you rather have Devin Booker or Donovan Mitchell for the next decade?
Oh, give me Devin, and that's biased though. I mean, Donovan obviously you can play defense and all that, but I just like Devin because that's my favorite player in the NBA, and I've been a fan of his ever since he got drafted to Phoenix, and we took Stanley Johnson. But the point is, Devin to me, he's so dynamic. I love watching that guy score, man. And Donovan, he should have been a Piston. So this question's kind of interesting because it's like, would you rather have the Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell and Stanley Johnson over Devin? I would rather have them both, preferably, but you don't always get like that. So I'll take Devin Booker. That's just me being biased though.
Well, yeah, sorry, not gonna happen. Devin Booker has yet to prove that he can be a superstar. Chris Paul is extremely vital to that basketball team. You look at Utah, they run through Donovan Mitchell,
but they choke every year.
Definition of choke, getting to the second,
losing
conference final. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I'll take
yes,
a guy,
he hasn't won it, but we're taking Devin Booker because he got to the finals last year.
Put two 30-point games in the finals, 2 back-to-back.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting him as a scorer, but we have to realize that Chris Paul is the one on that team, and Donovan Mitchell's the one on his team. Booker's the 2. When Booker's the 1, I hope he changes my mind because I really do like him. It's not a personal thing, but I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. I see the blueprint on how to build. With Devin Booker, I need to go get a point ball handling facilitating guard? Really? I need to go get a Chris Paul just for us to get to the playoffs? They weren't even sniffing the playoffs before him. So that's my problem with Devin Booker. I don't know if I can win with him as my alpha. I know I can do it with Donovan Mitchell. Go ahead, Kennedy.
All right. Who would you rather punch in the face? Matt Patricia or Matt Millen?
Wow, that's tough.
I mean, you probably. I'd prefer to punch them both.
I don't want to punch Matt Patricia. Why would I want to punch him in the face? He never said anything bad to me. He was a bad football coach, but I don't know.
I just want to punch Matt.
I don't see it that way. Matt Millen kind of like set this team back. Not that they were ever going anywhere, but I don't know. I
I'm
punch
Matt Patricia all day.
Why? He's fat. He already has enough problems. He's fat.
He offended.
Nobody likes him.
Offended my boy Slay, and that's enough to catch
then
these hands.
Then let Darius Slay punch him. Why would I punch Matt Patricia?
Do it for him.
I'll punch Matt Millen. Draft a wide receiver every year and a linebacker in the second round every year. What a great strategy, Matt. No, I'll punch Millen. He set back the franchise more than Patricia did. Patricia was just a really bad coach and really toxic.
Yeah, horrible.
Let the players punch him. I'm going to punch the front office guy. Sorry.
What about you, Jeff?
What do you want me to do? He's fat. He already has enough problems. People make fat jokes about him.
He is Fatty Matty.
I would honestly. You punch. You said Matt. You punch Millen. Is that what you said, Adam? You ain't punching Patricia, right? Because you already feel bad for him.
Huh?
You ain't punching Patricia because you already feel bad for him.
I'm not punching Patricia because he's a he's a head football coach. He was a really nobody comes around here and says they want to punch what's his name, Rod Marinelli in the face, and they were 0-16. I don't. Why would I punch the football coach when it's been operational poor management for 58 years?
No.
Give me a swipe at Matt Millen. If I was a chick, you guys know who I'm going after. So, come on.
I purposely left her out of this.
I know, because oh my God, 2021, can't say things. People are so goddamn sensitive.
That's honestly a tough question. I'm just gonna go Patricia.
If we were 1920,
you picked Millen.
Let's not go here. Unbelievable.
You pick. Listen, you can punch Millen. I think we can.
I'm punching Millen.
We'll tag
in the face.
team.
Sorry.
You punch Millen. I'll punch Patricia for everything he did. I'm
going to be mad at you if you punch Patricia. I'm sorry. I just don't agree with it.
This is horrendous.
He's fat. He's a loser. He's one of the most embarrassing head coaches that had ever walked the earth. That's enough. Why would I double down and punch him? Matt Millen, that guy just made bad decision after bad decision for years and acted like he was doing a good job. He deserves to get punched in the face.
That's a good point. But still, I'm punching Matt Patricia. Because you know what? I'm doing it for.
I don't blame people for wanting to.
I'm doing it for
Matt
the vets.
Patricia.
I'm
Don't
doing it
get
for
me
the
wrong.
vets.
He was one of the most toxic head coaches
for Slay
you've
Diggs.
ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Jeff.
Yeah,
punching them all
kumbaya,
in the
man.
face.
Go for it. I'm punching Millen. I'm sorry.
All right. Same question, but Ron Artest or Blake Griffin?
Who would I rather punch?
Yeah.
Oh, Blake Griffin.
Ron Artest.
I love Ron Artest.
Yeah, he's
him
and Ben are pretty cool now.
We forget Ron Artest and how great he was. Not only was he a very good basketball player, but during Malice at the Palace, he punched the wrong guy.
That's
amazing.
That is pretty good.
Why would we hate this man? He walked up and the dude's like, "My cup is in my hand. It wasn't me. I swear to God." Bah! Gave him a nice right. Come on. That was amazing. That is some of the best memories you have in your life as a Detroit Pistons fan. Is Ron Artest, 1, hitting the wrong guy, and 2, Steven Jackson running up there and swinging at everybody. That was amazing.
That was good.
No, I'm sorry. I am inviting Ron Artest over for dinner. We're going to take him out to a nice 5-star restaurant.
Yeah.
We'll do something nice for him. I'm sorry. Blake Griffin, he's getting hands. Nobody likes Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
He's ugly.
He's not ugly.
I'm sorry. I punch ugly people. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin, ugly. He's getting hands.
He's not
sorry.
ugly.
Sorry. It's going to happen. I don't like Blake Griffin.
It's the truth. One guy, Blake Griffin, comes to Detroit, gets booed every time he touches the ball. Ron Artest, when he sees Ben Wallace, they take a picture together and talk about life. I mean, Ron Artest to me he's a different guy now. He's more mature. I'll take Ron Artest. Like I said, take him out to dinner. Blake Griffin, I don't know what to say about
I like people in the chat right now. A lot of people saying Millen. Thank you. I think people understand just how egregious his decision making was.
He's horrendous.
Some of the older gents here. You know what I mean? Guys, Millen was really bad. I love you, Smitty. 31-84. Thank you. He gave you so many years of garbage football.
Definitely.
And a garbage product. You know what he did? He traded Roy Williams and finessed and got 2 first-round picks. And he botched them both. That's your GM. He gets punched in the face. I'm sorry. Blake Griffin. Oh, my knee hurts. I can't jump. Trade me to Brooklyn.
And then he's jumping
now
left
he's jumping
and right.
over cars again. Thinking he can date a Kardashian. Shut up, Blake. You get punched in the face. You deserve it too.
Jenner.
Whatever, Jenner, Kardashian, they're all losers.
All right, last one. Would you rather have KD or Conor McGregor run your social media accounts?
Oh, wow, that is a great question. Kennedy came with the heat today.
I did. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Give me KD.
Ooh, why?
He is, because he's an asshole. And I love him.
They both are.
He murdered Skip Bayless last night.
That was so good.
Skip Bayless, put this long tweet together how KD's the best player in the game, one of the best all time, better than LeBron.
But then he took a dig at LeBron, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't blame anybody for taking a dig at LeBron, but having said that, the fact that KD quote tweeted it and said, "I don't even like you," he murdered Skip Bayless. There was a murder that happened on Twitter last night, and I feel like no one's giving it the correct attention it deserves. I'm sorry. KD can run my social media account. I'm sorry. I am all for it. Conor would be funny. He would call out people. That's great. It would probably be a good show. KD would kill people. Conor's the guy, he'll kick you, between the legs.
He's like, I'm going to sleep with your wife.
You know what I mean? Yeah. KD will come for your throat.
Yeah.
I want that guy running my social media. Sorry.
Jeff, what about you?
No. One more thing. With KD, I know he's not pulling back on fat jokes. Conor, I'm not sure. KD going all in. Got to take that into consideration.
You know what? Also, I got to take into consideration too, and it's KD's. When he's on Twitter, he's talking. Conor is really trying to promote himself. I don't know if he's desperate, whatever the case may be. KD's just talking, and that's what I respect about KD. But if I'm picking who's going to run my account, I'm going Conor because I'm getting the publicity because all the stupid, what he says, and it's important because if he's promoting my Twitter, he can say whatever he wants. He can call out whoever he wants. And KD, he would be killing folks, but Conor would just say something so stupid that it would go viral on Twitter. You'd see me everywhere.
True.
So you know what? I'll take Conor just for the clout. All right, for the clout.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Idiotic tweet, instant millions more followers.
I would have loved if social media was around during the Matt Millen eras. Because
oh my God,
I would have hired KD as my social media manager. And the burner account I would have had against Matt Millen. I mean, I think
that's what we don't talk about enough.
What?
Is his burner account.
He's a savage.
It's so fun. The fact that he was tweeting about himself from a burner and got caught and was like, "Yeah, that was supposed to be from my burner account," is so funny.
I don't see a problem.
How are you Katie and you do that?
Because guys, there are people that make social media accounts just to troll people. It's totally normal. I don't see a problem with it. KD wanted to defend himself. He didn't want to do it on his public account. I don't see the problem with it.
Well, it's because he was trashing a coach or something in
That's
the
fine.
tweet too.
Let him trash a coach.
No, I thought it was hilarious. Good for him.
Look, I'm all about free speech. Kevin Durant, you can say whatever the hell you want, man. Triple-double last night for KD, by the way. Carried the Brooklyn Nets overtime win,
COVID-riddled Nets. I mean, that's impressive.
I don't think it was overtime, was it?
I think, yes, it was.
It was? Yeah. So a big win last night for them. They don't need Kyrie. Kevin, hear me out. I know Kyrie's your boy. But I'm telling you, man, you don't want somebody walking onto the court with a syringe saying they've got the Pfizer vaccine, and then Kyrie bolts out of the court. I'm sorry. It's not good. Not a good look, man.
It's not good.
I still think I think I could beat Kyrie one-on-one. I feel like I have the strategy. Sorry.
All right. Well, at that, we are going to go to break, and we need to hear about the people with the best defense.
Well, we talk about defense, and Guardian Alarm, they get it. Good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe, all with 24/7 local monitoring. Guardian Alarm also has convenient features that let you check in on your home, control lights and temperatures, detect smoke or carbon monoxide. It will even let you lock and unlock doors. Call 800-STAY-OUT today. That's 800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm has been trusted for over 90 years at keeping families safe.
Stay out.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
What's the over-under? Should I tease? Who is the lock of the night? Make sure you're watching Woodward Bets to get the latest in sports betting and more. Woodward Bets daily on Woodward Sports.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Morning Woodward Show. We want to discuss Steph Curry and his legacy after breaking the all-time three-point record. But first, we had a really awesome Would You Rather question that Adam wants to get to. Thank you, Brandon, for this one. He says, would you rather fight Mike Tyson and win or lose the Lions?
It guarantees the Lions winning a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
win or
okay.
lose, the Lions win a Super Bowl if you fight Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Brandon, what are you asking, man? What, do you think I'm stupid? Of course I'm going to fight Mike Tyson. You know why? Because I can throw in the towel before the fight even starts. I don't got to fight him.
But he says,
It's boxing.
or would you fight Deontay Wilder, win
I'll
or
fight 'em
lose?
both.
You get
No, how
$1
about
million.
You have to fight Mike Tyson. Can't throw in the towel. Someone has to either get knocked down. You got the 10-second count, or you got to.
I mean,
get knocked
look,
the F
I'll
out.
take the CTE brain damage because the CTE probably isn't as bad as watching the Lions go another 58 years without winning a Super Bowl.
Honestly, yeah, that's a
So
really
I'll
good
take
point.
the brain damage.
Yeah,
I'll take one for the team.
I was gonna say I'll
Adam
step in
puts
there.
on for his city. That's
I do.
one thing.
Look, I was willing to get. What was the other topic
I
we
was
did?
just gonna say, what did we say yesterday that you?
There
were,
was something else. Would you lose a limb for the Lions to lose to win a Super Bowl? It was something like that.
something.
It was what body part would you give up for the
Lose a
Lions to
toe.
win a Super Bowl? And I gave up something. I don't know what it was. Well, yeah, I'm willing to do it.
Oh yeah, I think
I
I
would
said
rather
my toe.
have physical damage on my life than the psychological warfare I have to endure every single day, knowing that the Lions may not win a Super Bowl by the time I'm laying down on my deathbed at 80 years old and my grandkids are kicking me in the shin. All right?
Hey, all I gotta say is, if Logan Paul and Jake Paul are out there boxing, hey, listen, get me in there with Tyson. I might get knocked the F out, but if the Lions get a Super Bowl, I'll have a black eye. I'll be at the parade. I'll be good. We'll be good. So give me Mike Tyson. Knock me out. I'm okay with it.
Listen, unless you want to clarify the rules, I'm throwing in the towel, so it's an easy win for me. Mike Tyson shows up in the ring. I've got the strategy already written out. I'm going to walk in. I'm going to dab him up. I'm going to act like I'm going to throw a little, nice few jabs, and then I'm going to quick swipe out the towel. It's done.
And you're gonna bet on Tyson?
Of course.
Put like 100,000 on Tyson.
Oh,
I don't think that's
and then
legal.
throw the
I would fix the shit out of that fight, by the way.
You ding ding.
Like, I don't care if they made him a minus 10,000 favorite. I don't care what they did. I would
Put
go
the house on it.
I would go to a loan shark, get tens of millions of dollars, and the first punch I get, I would just
Just
drop.
die.
I don't care. I'll fix the fight. I'll say it publicly. Think I care?
I'll say it publicly. All right. Time to move on to Steph Curry. Wound up with 5 3-pointers last night against the Knicks, but he only needed 2, I believe, to beat Ray Allen's 3-point record after last night. Steph Curry has hit 2,977 threes. Holy cow.
Wow. Guys, when things happen, I really hope you put them into perspective and kind of appreciate them. Like last night, I know it's Detroit and it may not matter, but that is history.
Yeah.
In the NBA.
Yeah.
That is a man who changed the game of basketball. Don't forget what Steph Curry is. The most selfless superstar we've witnessed in NBA history. One of the best point guards in NBA history. The most lethal three-point shooter. And what's ironic is he broke the record in 510 games fewer than Ray Allen did. It's unbelievable. And yes, that's where the game is going, and I'm sure people will break Miller and Ray Allen's record just based on how the game is played now, but I want to give like a historical lesson on this. So what Steph did revolutionized the game of basketball. What Ray Allen and Reggie Miller did in their respective eras was phenomenal. Phenomenal. That doesn't discredit what they did. And, if Damian Lillard passes Reggie or he passes Ray Allen, I still think Ray Allen and Reggie are still top 3 in terms of three-point shooting. Having said that, this is where the game is going. And it's going this way because of Steph Curry. And I'm sorry. He wins an MVP this year. He goes on in the Warriors, who are 22-5, may I remind all of you.
Yeah.
If they go on and they win the championship, where do you put Steph, guys? We're talking legacy right now. I'm sorry. He wins another MVP, which he's the front runner to do right now. And he goes out and wins a chip. Keep in mind, they get Klay Thompson back in January.
But he's the clear big dog winning that championship. I mean,
it was never he was always the big dog, though. I hate this argument, and I'm really curious what you think. But even when KD was there,
Wasn't.
Steph was the alpha, and I'll tell you why, because he was the leader of that basketball team. And you take Steph off of them, they weren't going anywhere.
Well, of course, yeah.
Well,
he's a
no,
superstar,
it matters.
yeah.
Even with KD, leave KD, Clay, and Draymond. They're all healthy.
But
they don't do it.
Who was the most important player in the playoffs?
No. That's not the question, because I would answer and argue it's Steph. Steph was always the most important. KD was the most dominant player. We all know this. Finals MVPs back-to-back, what he did in Cleveland, those shots over LeBron. I'm not discrediting KD, don't get me wrong. But what is the engine of that basketball team? It was always Steph.
Yeah, he's point guard, of course. Yeah.
And look, KD left. Everybody made fun of Steph. You couldn't win without KD. And he carries them to the play-in game last year. And now they're 22-5, and the Warriors are back, and you're looking like, we probably got that one wrong. He goes out and wins a championship and wins the MVP this year. Where do you put him in legacy terms? Does he get into top 10? He changed the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Not many basketball players can say that. How many point guards can say they changed the game? Magic and Isaiah were revolutionary during their time.
Yeah.
They changed the way the game was played. Nobody could do what Magic was doing. Nobody could dribble the way Isaiah was dribbling.
It's not changing, right, like you're saying.
Steph changed the game of basketball. That's why you have Trae Young. You have everybody shooting threes. Damian Lillard. LeBron had to develop a three. Everybody had to develop a three-point shot because of Steph Curry. And as a 5'10" little kid in high school, you now feel like you can make the league, because if you just work on your three-point jump shot enough, you have value on a basketball team. Steph Curry did that. What are we talking legacy with Steph? He has to be a top 3-point guard. And then if you want to argue Magic and Isaiah and where you want to put him, I'm sorry. He delivers a chip, gets number 4,
he's
gets
two,
a Finals
if not one.
MVP and another regular season MVP, which he's on track to do. Where are we putting him, guys? What's the legacy conversation with Steph? I've never seen such a selfless superstar. Look at KD. How's it worked out for him since he's left Steph? Sorry. The only guy I look at and I can make it a comparable example to is LeBron. What happened when Kyrie left LeBron? He hasn't gotten his act together.
Right.
KD needed Steph. He needed that environment. Until KD proves he can deliver by himself, no one's going to revere him as the best small forward ever. It's always going to be Bird and LeBron. And he'll be in the conversation. It's not a dig at him, but you need to do certain things in the NBA to get that cachet. Steph Curry and the Warriors, what they're doing right now, please don't take it for granted. And if they go on and they win the chip, I really want to know what people think his legacy should be after that moment. Really am. 3-point record last night. Unbelievable.
Well, I kind of looked it up because it was I was like, it's got to be kind of like how Miggy was here this summer, right? He's hitting these big numbers, and I was reading some articles, and now people want him to just hit 4,000 before his contract expires. So he had a 4-year extension right at the beginning of this year. So now they're like, hit 4,000 before the contract's up, and then 5,000 before he retires are the numbers people are wanting.
Yeah, because the guy, you got to think about it. He's the all-time leader in 3-point field goals made in half the games as the second and third guy, and Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. So it's astonishing to just see. And if you let's just look at the history. Look at when Reggie Miller was in the NBA. And he even said it himself on the broadcast last night. He said, when I was in the league, teams, all 28, whatever it was at the time, they were taking around 5 to 6 3-pointers a game. Teams, a game.
Now your point guard does it by himself.
Yeah. Now, guess what the teams are averaging right now? 30 to 35 threes a game. And that's to your point. Steph Curry changed the game. Everybody needs a shooter. You need shooters.
What's the legacy look like, Jeff?
He's I think right now,
if he wins MVP, let's just fast forward. I know it's so far ahead.
Yeah.
And who knows if it happens. But if he delivers on a chip, on an MVP, a Finals MVP, you got to move Isaiah or Magic.
Yeah, you're throwing. That's
and you got to put him in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think all time you have to. I'm sorry.
In terms of legacy, like you said, if MVP championship, it's a toss up. Now you can kind of be like, well, you got the vets, you got Magic, you got Isaiah. Now if he wins MVP and a chip,
does he enter the top?
I wouldn't be mad
answer.
if he was one.
Please, chat, answer. If he does it all, what I'm saying now, does he go into the top 10? And excuse me, how up does he get? How high up? Top 5? I want to know.
I would say top 10, closer to that. I agree with you there. Top 5, maybe a little push. I think I could probably grab 5 players, 7 players better than Steph, but in terms of 10, I mean, it's a different subject. But, man, the guy's a beast. Like I said, leader of three-point baskets made in half as many games as the second and third guy, and he's not done. He's still got about 6 years left in the NBA. So his numbers, going to be ridiculous, man.
The subject wasn't if Bird was the best three-point shooter.
Yeah, I don't know where the Bird conversation.
The Bird conversation came into play when I said KD will never be revered as the best small forward all time. It'll always be the Larry Birds, LeBrons. KD will be in the conversation, but he'll never be the one until he proves it by himself, Thomas. That was the conversation. It wasn't about the three-pointer, but don't sleep on Larry Bird's three-point ability.
He's up there. Yeah,
He's
definitely
one of the best shooters of all time in an era where shooting wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
So come on. Let's not disrespect these players. But right now, Steph Curry just broke the all-time record. Before we head to break, is he top 10 yet, or does he need to do what we measured?
I think what you measured. Right now, he's outside of that top 10.
It's good for his legacy. We both can agree, right?
Definitely.
All right, we got to go to break, Kennedy.
All right. Yes, let's go to break. When we come back, we have a mock draft for you guys. But first, I need to tell you about Steph Studio. As you can see, we have all these lovely toys behind me, behind Jeff, behind Adam. We're thinking about start shoving them in Fish's booth, and you can help us do that by coming to Woodward Sports and joining Guardian Alarm Meyer and all of our awesome supporters, you guys, to present Stuff a Studio collecting toys for Mott Children's Hospital. So join us and come to the Woodward Sports Studio at 34915 Woodward Avenue in Birmingham. You have until, Friday to do so. Last year, we donated over $70,000 in toys to the Mott Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, making it the largest donation in Mott history. We are going to do it again this year by teaming up with Meyer, our great partners, and our supporters to stuff the studio full of toys. So like I said, drop off a toy anytime until Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the studio. If you're a local business, we will give you a shout-out, and you can donate online at woodwardsports.com.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
Jeez, we're on air, buddy.
Well, I have the mic. Ding ding, you were
I know,
talking.
but you can't be swearing like that.
They didn't hear anything. I have the mic, you ding ding.
What are we doing here?
It's not on the air. I have the mics. They don't even know what happened. Just intro. They're clueless now.
All right.
We're such a mess. I can't even. Okay. Like I said, we've got a mock draft. This one is from Todd McShay, predicting every first round selection. So let's go ahead and start. Do you just want me to go 1, 2, etc.? Just keep going down?
I want to know what the Lions are doing. That's
the
really...
Lions at number 1 are taking Aiden Hutchinson.
All right, any complaints here? Anybody?
No. MVP of the Big Ten game. Give me Aiden.
I mean, look, if they
I'm not sold yet.
But I mean, I don't think anybody is sold on a clear number 1 this year, and that's why we're having these conversations. So whether or not they take Aiden or Thibodeau, okay. I think edge rusher is one of the most valuable positions. They need it.
Yeah.
Go and address it. And if it's Aiden or Thibodeau, I'm not sure if I can flip the table. Right now, I'm leaning towards Aiden. I'm curious to see how I feel before the draft.
And I think I like Aiden definitely because I feel like he can do more, not only in just rushing the passer, but in the run game. So, I mean, we know what Kenneth Walker did, but I like Aiden, man. I'm a big fan of his. So give me Aiden Hutchinson, number 1. I want to talk about what Todd thinks the Lions are going to do with the...
Todd's an idiot.
That's
what I heard.
Round pick.
Yeah, with the second first round pick
is he's an idiot.
At 25, we're taking Sam Howell out of North Carolina as a quarterback.
Todd, tip of the cap, buddy. That is phenomenal work. I don't know how in God's name Sam Howell moved up to a number 1 projected round pick. I don't see it. He struggled going in ranked number 10 to start the year. They lost their first game. Struggled a majority of the season.
Didn't they lose to Kenny Pickett?
It's not even the point.
I'm just
though.
saying, but struggling. That's your point.
The Lions are taking Sam Howell. That's the franchise guy.
That's the one.
I'm not sold on one. I'm not sold on Sam Howell, and two,
it's not even.
You have $30 million in the books next year on Goff. Last I checked, he's starting next year, whether you like it or not. No, Todd. They should address the defense, a linebacker, maybe a wide receiver. They should not be taking a quarterback with that pick. Next year, I guarantee you, they will be in a position, top 8, top 10, to be taking a quarterback. Josh Allen fell to 7. Watson fell to the 10s. Mahomes, I believe, 11. You can get your guy not number 1 overall. Do not force your hand this year, again, unless you're Brad Holmes and you're totally all in. If Brad Holmes says, this is the guy, I am inclined to support that decision.
Yeah.
No problem. But Todd McShay, shut the hell up. You kidding me? Sam Howell, why? They need so much on defense. They need so much on offense. Give me a wide receiver. Give me who's the second round pick? Please tell me it's a wide receiver.
This is just a first round draft.
There's no second round up there?
No.
I'm going to punch Todd McShay in the face. Hopefully Olave's on the board maybe in the second round.
Oh, wait. No, I'm lying.
Add Todd McShay to punchable people on my list. Jesus Christ. Quarterback number 25 overall. Unless you're totally sold that he's the franchise guy, why are you taking him? Sam Howell. Kidding me? I don't see it. I really don't see it.
No.
And guys, it's the NFL. And Lions fans, you know just as much as I do. If you don't have the quarterback, I don't care how good your offensive line is. I don't care how good your defense is. You are not going to win championships. I'm sorry. That's the truth. You need a quarterback.
Okay.
Is this the year? I don't believe so. I don't. Sam Howell's not the answer. $30 million on the books with Goff. Look at next year's class. I'm not taking a flyer on Malik Willis. Too many fundamental issues. He's not Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was a Heisman Trophy candidate in college. Malik Willis plays for Liberty and struggled in the one time they played a good, decent team. Stop it. Stop.
Pro Football Network has one that does all 7 if you want that one. I like this one better. For pick 1, they have Thibodeau.
Okay.
Which I would rock with.
Let's do a mock draft with the chat.
Okay. I'll just go through this one while we wait then. Pick 24, round 1, they have Jamison Williams from Alabama. I like that much better as well.
Okay.
Then, round 2, pick 33, they have Malik Willis.
Well.
All right, no.
That's
okay,
not as
so
painful.
let's do a mock draft with the chat.
Okay.
Okay? Everybody in the chat, I want you to tell me what I should do with the number 1 overall pick. I want your opinions. Thibodeau, whoever it is, I don't care. Give me names in the chat, and we'll go along the list. We're going to pick as the Detroit Lions. We'll start the draft. Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau? Guys, Fish, Kennedy, give me some answers. Let's do a group. Thibodeau, Fish, what do you think?
Thibodeau.
All right.
Actually, no, I say trade back.
We're not going to do trades. It's too complicated because it's not realistic.
Trade back,
it's
get Kyle Hamilton.
I was thinking you think that.
Yeah. Westfall, Hutchinson, or Thibodeau? Don't say Kyle Hamilton. I will literally fire you.
Me.
I'll go Thibodeau.
Yay.
All right, so we got 3-1 here on Hutchinson.
The people
excuse
in the
me,
chat
Thibodeau.
seem to
I'm going to
want
go Hutchinson as well. Chat, am I going Thibodeau or Hutchinson here?
One funky Lions fan says trade back, take Hamilton. Let's go. We ride at dawn.
We're not going to trade back in this version. Sorry, guys. No trades allowed.
Okay.
They need an edge rusher. We're going to go Aiden. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Democracy doesn't matter on this show.
Yeah. Don't draft on potential.
Sorry. Number 24, the Detroit Lions. There's a Jordan Battle, who I like at safety. Ahmad Gardner, cornerback. I like him as well.
He's a stud.
Jordan Davis, defensive lineman, but they took two defensive linemen last year.
He's like 26.
You have Drake Jackson. Let's see. There's no wide receivers here that I'm totally in love with. Jahan Dotson's available, but I can get him probably in the second round. Guys, Jordan Battle or Ahmad Gardner. Group decision here. I'm going to go Jordan Battle.
I'd take the corner. Ours are injury
Gardner?
riddled.
I'll go Gardner.
All right. Westfall.
Battle.
All right. Fish.
Battle.
All right. So we got 3-2 Battle. Does anybody have a problem with Battle here?
No.
Outside of Kennedy and Jeff in the chat?
I just like Ahmad Gardner. I think he'd be the cornerback position.
You know what? We're going to reach.
We're
not going to reach, but we're going to go corner.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're going to assume Jeff Okudah is going to be moved to safety. All right?
Okay.
So we're going to draft the
down.
kid out of Cincinnati. Hopefully he performs well in the game against Alabama. So now we have our second round pick, everybody.
Okay.
And this is we're 100% going wide receiver. I don't care if Carson Strong is available. I just don't care. So you have John Mechie III, who's available, Jahan Dotson. I don't see Jameson Williams on here, so I don't even think he's available. He's probably been picked, or David Bell. So those are your three options at wide receiver. Who are we taking, guys?
You said
Mechie, Dotson.
Mechie. Oh, come on off that ACL
Dotson.
injury, though.
ACL injury, right? Exactly.
Dotson.
Yeah,
So Dotson. Fish, what are you taking?
Dotson.
God, I love Mechie.
Let me search for Olave and see if he's available.
Yeah, I would love Olave.
Olave is not available.
Dang.
Ooh.
Williams is not available. So we're stuck between Dotson.
Yeah.
I could rock
Mechie,
with Dotson. I'm good with
The
that.
and
ACL
Bell
injury,
from
you gotta
Purdue.
go Dotson, I think.
We're gonna go Dotson.
Yeah, it's a
All
safer.
right, we're gonna go Dotson. So there, guys, those are our first three picks. I like that a hell of a lot more than Todd McShay, and he does it for a living.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson, Ahmad Gardner, and Jahan Dotson. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And no, there weren't linebackers available. Believe me, if Nakobe Dean was available, I would have been all over
People
him.
project him way higher than we.
Yeah, so Dean's probably going what?
Top 20, top 15.
14,
yeah.
18?
15,
So, no, guys, linebacker was not available. So we walked away with Aiden Hutchinson, Ahmad Gardner, and Jahan Dotson, and we got an A- grade. It's not bad.
Hey.
Not bad. A-,
I'll take
guys.
an
Good
A-.
job on the Morning Woodward show. Unfortunately, the linebacker was not available, guys. We did have the opportunity to take Jordan Davis, lineman out of Georgia, but I'm sorry.
That dude's
they
like
already
26.
invested a ton of picks in it. It's not a need. We need an edge rusher, linebacker, and a corner or safety. I'm going to assume Jeff Okudah is moving to safety. That's why we took the chance on Ahmad Gardner. I kind of like that. What do you guys think of it? Dotson, I like Dotson in the second round.
Yeah.
If Olave's available, definitely jumping on Olave.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we won't know, obviously, until draft day. This is a mock draft. But Dean is probably going in the mid-teens. I agree with Funky. Absolutely. Unfortunately, the more the closer we get to the draft, the more unlikely we are to get some of these players. They're going to move up in draft stock. That's just the reality. So what we get now is probably not what we're going to get. The Devin Lloyd from Utah, I'd consider it. But are you going to take Lloyd at number 24 or 25 over a Gardner?
Yeah.
Or maybe even a Dean if he's available? I don't think you are. Look, but then again, with the Lions, their secondary players have stepped up. Aaron Glenn has done a good job of coaching up the secondary players. Having said that, if you believe in Gardner, which I think a lot of people really like him as a prospect, if you can get him 24th, I'm not going to complain about it.
And that's two hometown kids in the first round. Not that matters, but that's just interesting to me. You got Aiden Hutchinson, from Michigan, and Ahmad Gardner.
I left this out. At pick number 24, David Ojabo was available.
That would have been...
But I was sorry, I'm not considering taking two edge rushers in the first round. It never works out. The Raiders tried it. So many teams try it. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry. You don't waste two first-round picks on an edge rusher. You give me Kayvon or Aiden, number one overall. I am willing to accept that. Believe me, guys, I want to trade back, but I just don't think that's the scenario we should be running in this type of mock draft. Would you trade up for Lloyd? I would consider it. Lions have capital. I'm not willing to give up the farm, but if he's available in a spot where I can get him early second round, I'd consider giving up next year's second, along with maybe a fifth or a fourth. I would consider that move. Absolutely. I like the chat today.
I like it.
I really do. I like the options we have here.
Yeah.
I like what people are doing. We got to go to break. When we get back, guys, I'm a big fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Not
America's team.
Quote unquote America's team. Yeah. We're gonna talk about them and Dak Prescott. Paid him $40 million. I don't think that was the right decision.
All right, we'll get into all of that. But while we're talking football, we got to talk some foaling. Adam.
Everybody, the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck, you got to check it out. Whether it's a corporate party, team building event, or you just want to go with family and friends, there are 2 ways to play. There are $10 unlimited open play, or you reserve a private lane for $120. You can host up to 10 people. It's a great time. They have over 100 beers, $2 Mystic beer machine, and of course, multiple bars throughout the facility. You want to bring in your own food or have it delivered, they're fair game, guys. That's the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. Visit them at foldingwarehouse.com. That's foldingwarehouse.com.
It's that time of the year again. Time for our second annual Stuff a Studio with Woodward Sports. Last year, Metro Detroit came together to help make the largest single toy donation in Mott Children's Hospital history. This year, we make it even bigger. Stuff a Studio is happening December 13th through the 17th at the Woodward Sports Studios in Birmingham. The children in Mott Children's Hospital fight so hard all year. Now it's up to all of us to help bring a smile to their faces. So while you're out holiday shopping, make sure you pick up an extra toy or two and help us spread some love to Metro Detroit this season. We look forward to seeing you December 13th through the 17th as we stuff our studio with Woodward Sports and Myre.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go! Ho, 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 ho.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With mortgage interest rates unbelievably low, the stakes to find your new home have never been higher. And that's why Hall Financial's exclusive realtor network allows us to connect you with a top-rated realtor in your area, making sure you take on the housing market and win. Hall Financial has earned over 4,000 five-star reviews because of our technology and our commitment to closing your loan fast. 866-CALL-HALL or chat with us online at callhallfirst.com.
Putting on a show here, and that's how you answer.
We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Woodward Show, featured on the Roar 93.5 FM, 99.1 FM, and 94.7 HD2. Jeff and I are going to get into a little bit of Detroit sports talk as we wait for Adam to send our audio to the Wadio. Right, Fish?
Wadio, great cup.
Great cup. Great. But, Jeff, you want to talk about the run game a little bit and how it's improved?
Yes, and that's something that if you're a Lions fan, you're excited about, obviously, because that was the biggest knock. We had Matthew Stafford for all those years. Never gave the man a true run game. Yes, you had Joik, you had Reggie Bush, you had guys. But this year, the addition of Deuce Staley, with the addition now, I mean, listen, Anthony Lynn, you say what you want about him. The guy knows, the run game. I would give him that credit. He does. I mean, he's very familiar with it. In terms of play calling, questions, but I think with DeAndre Swift, them signing Jamal Williams, a lot of positive things coming out of this year in terms of the run game. Now the offensive line, you got Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, both top 5 tackles graded last week. So there's a lot of things you can look forward to next year you can build off of. And let me remind you, you don't have Frank Ragnow. Going into next year, you're only going to get better in that area because, your pass game is going to be so much more, hopefully, it's going to improve. So you're hoping your run game improves as well. I mean, teams know the Lions are essentially one-dimensional. I mean, they can't really pass the ball that much, but you have 2 dynamic running backs, guys that haven't been able to get healthy over the last couple of weeks, but to start the season, you saw the positive things from this run game, and that's what I'm excited about. I know Adam is excited about it because, as long as I've been a Lions fan, you're looking at, all the teams and all the running backs that have, came into Detroit, that have left Detroit. Now you kind of feel like we have a true 1A, 1B, a duo it's going to be consistent for the next at least 2-3 years, and that's what makes me excited. And I don't know about you, Fish, but listen, I don't know if I got to talk to you about this because I know the Lions officially, they only have 1 win. With this run game, Fish, improving, looking better. You got the offensive line looking better. Is there anything positive you can take away from this year besides the run game, or is it just the run game? I mean, you weren't watching these games. Do they just suck, or can you take anything away? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you could take a little bit away. Other than the run game, I don't know.
Just players, really.
I mean, you can kind of take away Dan Campbell's aggressiveness. You can say that's a positive.
Some games.
Yeah, some games, because he is very positive and going for 4th down. He does it a little too much, but I
think we all agree on the defensive side. Aaron Glenn's been a bright spot.
Definitely. And I know Dustin just said this, and I want to bring this up. The run scheme is great. All our running backs are productive. I don't think they give Swift a second contract. He's always banged up. Well, they better not give Swift a second contract. The question for me is for what price? Obviously, you got Zeke Elliott. How's that working out for the Cowboys? And Adam will be back. We'll talk about the Cowboys, but that is a problem. I mean, you don't want to sign DeAndre Swift to a massive deal and then have to regret it. So, yes, if DeAndre Swift, he's up for a contract, I would like to see him. I mean, if the productivity's there. What's up, Fish?
We got breaking news. Kevin Stefanski, Browns coach, has tested positive for COVID-19.
Uh-oh, Brownies.
So they are down a coach. Woof, woof, woof. But they're down a coach.
So I wonder who takes those duties immediately.
It's going to be the assistant coach.
Right.
Which I'm not familiar with for the Browns. I don't know who that is. But yeah, listen, Kevin Stefanski, I don't know if that's going to hurt Baker or what, because Kevin Stefanski's done a lot of good things for Baker. And if it wasn't for Kevin Stefanski, I think he might have been already out of the league, because you saw his first 2 years looked, and my God. But yeah, back to the conversation. I think it's interesting, the whole DeAndre Swift getting another contract. I like DeAndre Swift. I think that's a real guy that I want to stay in Detroit. I want to keep watching him play. But for the right price, I think that's the most interesting part. Brad Holmes, I'm sure I have confidence in him. I don't think, Todd Gurley, he was a part of that front office when they signed Todd Gurley to an absolute monster contract, and then they ended up cutting him. But I think DeAndre, I think they'll have a plan. You already see it now. Jamal Williams, he's kind of the 1B. They're starting. It's kind of a two-back system. I don't think you're going to pay DeAndre Swift Ezekiel Elliott money. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll be fine.
Lots of people, as we're looking forward into this Lions season, wanting Okudah cut. Matt says Okudah was a wasted pick. He has been beat too many times and has been off the field more than he's been on. He has no value at this point. A lot of people agreeing. One person says his cousin played with Okudah, and we're going to regret our trash talk. But with the Achilles rupture, I mean, that's a long injury to sit through. I mean, do you think it's worth it, Jeff? Are you still going to rock with Okudah after this?
For Okudah, I mean, you heard Adam. We talked about, moving him to safety, and you have to really look at Jeff Okudah and listen, when he came out of the draft, didn't get a PI call in college. That was the big thing. He's super talented, a lot to really work off of. And now look at him. You haven't really seen him play. He hasn't been healthy in a lot of these games. So that's really my question. Just getting the guy healthy. Because if you get him healthy, you can at least, Aaron Glenn can at least work with him game to game. You can at least hopefully see improvement. You haven't even been able to see improvement because he hasn't been on the field. And that's really what worries me about Jeff Okudah. I think next year, obviously, you're stuck with Okudah. He's your cornerback, and you took him third overall. So he's not going nowhere. The question is, what does Jeff Okudah blossom into? And is his ceiling at the corner position, or is he a guy who wants to run downhill and tackle guys, move him to safety? I don't know, and that's not for me to decide. It's for the coaching staff, so we'll see where he ends up.
Mayor brings up a good point. He says Jerry Jacobs was a bright spot, but ...
Yeah, he was really the only thing. He was kind of the glue keeping the secondary together. I mean, this secondary, my God, Amani Oruwariye is the best player in our secondary, and then now, with the loss of Jeff Okudah, it's kind of thinned out a little bit, and then Jerry Jacobs showed up, played good football, and of course, just like being a Lions fan and how hard it is, the guy just tears his ACL by his own teammate, may I add. Got hit by his own teammate. So what are you going to do? Prayers up to Jerry, man. He's playing good. He's balling.
The old conversation of trading Decker to get Sewell back to left tackle. A few people wanting Decker traded. What are your thoughts on that, Jeff? Do you want to trade him?
I'm a little torn because, me and Adam talk about this, and I still believe, Penei Sewell, obviously, he's playing great at right tackle. I like this offensive line, honestly. Mm-hmm. Frank Ragnow, eventually you'll have Taylor Decker at the left side, Penei at the right side. I think it can work, but I don't think you trade Taylor Decker yet because he's playing well. He's playing like a top 10 left tackle, and that's what he is. That's what we know Taylor Decker to be. So he's not like he's underperforming. He's playing. He's coming off of injuries. He started late in the season, and this offensive line shown to be a very positive part of this team. So I've kind of changed my mind a little bit. I don't want to trade Taylor Decker. I kind of want to see this offensive line healthy and play together and see how that works out. Because I think with Frank Ragnow in there, and I think they could be a real stud lineup. So no, don't trade Taylor Decker. I think it's too early for that.
Lots of people in the chat saying Adam's gone right now because he got a call from Cleveland. He's actually going to be the head coach while Stefanski's out. What do you think about that, Fish?
I'd be fine with that. We'll see if he can run the team very well.
I want to see him talk to Baker in the headset. What would he say to Baker in the headset? You think he would just be talking? He wouldn't even be saying play call.
He'd bench him. He'd play Keenum.
It would not be audible for the radio. I'll say it that way.
You would just be swearing at Baker through the headphones.
Yeah, it would not be smart. Baker would probably go out of town.
You'd call him fat. You'd call him all kinds of words. But yeah, I don't know. This whole I see people talking about it in the chat. The Decker commits a lot of penalties. I mean, listen. I mean, the guy he's committing penalties. You talking about his career or just the last couple games? Because he is coming back off of that injury. So. And I see people still talking about the Millen and Patricia comparison. Listen, the similarity between Millen and Patricia is both took playoff teams and destroyed them, leaving the next regime to rebuild for years. Great point, Smitty. Honestly, hit that right on the head. Because Adam wanted to punch Millen. I wanted to punch Patricia. Punch them both. I know I know Alex is talking to the chat. I know we mentioned earlier or yesterday. Alex, are you in the playoff for fantasy?
Mayor made it. Mayor made it. I'm so mad. Mayor screwed me.
Yeah, he got
Mayor.
He got in the 3rd seed, I think.
So it's Adam and Alex and me and Stick?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm so mad because Fish, we would have been in the playoffs had he set it up.
I could have held up this trophy, but now I have to cry in my bedroom with this trophy.
Me too. Wait, we can win the losers bracket.
What is that? What is that?
This is the replica Grey Cup trophy that I wanted it to come last Friday, and I effed up, and it came Monday.
Oh.
So I also got a hoodie, too. And then I got other stuff in Hamilton. No, but that's when I got in Hamilton. I got stuff ordered online, which is ironic because I ordered... Anyways.
So listen, I want to... I told Adam about this, too. I think the winner of the Fantasy League, get him a big old trophy, custom-designed Woodward Fantasy League trophy. And because I'm thinking, listen, me and Adam are probably going to face, I don't know, Stick could beat me this week. I'm not going to speak too early.
Stick's team, I slept on him a little bit when I played him.
Oh, boy, why?
He has
How do you sleep on Stick?
He has Jonathan Taylor, so, he's going to run all over me, but we'll see.
He's got 70 fantasy leagues, so don't sleep on a guy that has 70 fantasy leagues.
Oh, I know. And Stick is absolutely... He started so bad to start the season, and now look where he is. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, give me Adam in the finals. Me and him, Fantasy League. Here comes Adam. I can tell him now I'm going to beat him in the finals. Best record in the league, but...
Yeah, you have surpassed Adam.
I'm a humanitarian, so don't even say that you guys are going to beat me. You're all a bunch of jokes. I started a running back who wasn't even playing last week because how bad I felt for Alex Mayer. And I let him win.
And you let him get into the playoffs.
So I thought it was 6 teams. I didn't know this idiot commissioner had it set up where only 4 teams get in.
Alex Mayer is the worst commissioner
of
all time.
He should be vetoed out of the company.
Wow.
Maybe
out of the company,
out
of America, you're driving him to the airport.
I mean...
He better go down south, not to Canada, my hometown.
Mayor said, thank you, Adam. Me and Cooper Kupp appreciate you.
You know what, Alex? We're going to talk after the show, buddy.
Boy.
Hey, we're going to meet outside, buddy.
We're going to talk, and it's going to involve me with a baseball bat. Let's put it that way.
Oh, well, you got a bunch to choose. You got a bunch to choose from in here.
Huh?
You got a bunch to choose from.
I'm not going to hit him with toys. We're giving these toys to kids, Fish. What kind of person are you? A sick mind you have. What's wrong with you?
Adam, exciting news. Did you hear Kevin Stefanski out with COVID? So now it's your time.
Kevin Stefanski tested positive for COVID-19.
You are the coach of the Browns.
As the mayor of Cleveland voted so by myself, I ordered the Cleveland Browns to have me interim head coach for the Cleveland Browns this upcoming Sunday.
And you better not move them away from Cleveland.
And not only will I not move them away from Cleveland, no, I want them to suffer. I'll leave that crappy football team there. What I'm going to do is I am going to cut Baker Mayfield.
I'm okay with that.
Or I'm just going to start Case Keenum. I have to be
That's
that
what
dramatic.
I said you were going to do. I was like,
I'll
he's
just
going to bench.
start Case Keenum, win the football game.
Yep.
Everybody will think I'm a hero. Baker Mayfield will go cry to his wife and do another commercial. Everything will be great. Everything in life will be in order.
Speaking of great things,
we gotta go to break.
You men, you love simple things that are great.
Yeah,
and you can get those at Lady Jane's.
Yeah, Lady Jane's, guys, let's be honest, we like football. And football season is upon us, and it's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime because it is wicked awesome.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
Of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Woodward Sports. Missed part of the show today? Watch again on YouTube or download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Morning Woodward Show. Like we teased earlier, we're going to get into some Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Should they be concerned? Jerry Jones and Adam's favorite person, Mike McCarthy, they have both come out and said that they don't think he's in a slump. These things happen. And actually, if I read it correctly, Jerry Jones basically said, it's a multifaceted evaluation. I would say our offense is definitely away from where they were playing 5 to 6 games ago from the standpoint of production. So they are not putting it on Dak Prescott. But Adam, your thoughts?
They call it maybe a slump. It's not a slump. It's reality. Dak Prescott is, 6-17 when they don't run for more than 100 yards? How does that work? So I know what Dak is. He's a quarterback that when the run game is going, the defense is playing well, I can win football games. Yeah, so can a lot of other quarterbacks. I'm not paying Dak Prescott $40 million a year so things can go right around him and he can win football games. I'm paying him $40 million a year so when I'm not able to offer him as much talent as before, he can compensate because how gifted and talented he is. And he's struggling right now. Sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it in Dak. He came out firing this year against Tampa Bay, had everybody looking like they were wrong, and it's been mediocre since. And I'm sorry. Look, Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He really is. He's the definition of a franchise quarterback. But when you pay him $40 million a year, expectations come with it. I'm sorry. He is not a $40 million quarterback. And it's showing week in and week out. When this team cannot run the football, he struggles. It is just a fact. That isn't me trying to push Dak Prescott out of the door. Zeke, he's fat. He's out of shape. And he shouldn't be a running back. George Bell can probably produce more than he can. Zeke just doesn't look like it. Guys, you got to look at what is the best looking version of Dak Prescott that we've gotten. You have to go back to his rookie year when they were 13-3. When they had the best running back in Zeke in the NFL, the best offensive.
O-line, yep.
Like, that is the recipe. It's right there. And you threw that recipe away when you agreed to pay him $40 million a year. And I do not sympathize with the Dallas Cowboys at all. I'm sorry. I don't see it with Dak. I don't see Justin Herbert. I don't see Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. I see a Tier 2 quarterback who can win a Lombardi, but needs everything around him to be clicking on all cylinders. Dak, I can't guarantee you every game we're going to rush for 100 yards. What does that mean? We're going to be a 6-17 ball club? What is that? I don't think it's a slump. I just think it's what Dak is. And we all like Dak. He's such a good guy. Insane leadership intangibles. Unbelievable. A great leader in the locker room. But when you pay him $40 million a year, you're paying him to carry that team. And I don't think Dak can do it, and he's proving he can't do it. And the defense is really good this year, and they're 9-4. They're the best team in their division. Great. But if I hold your run game accountable, I actually have a chance to beat you. That's what you're telling me. Which shouldn't be too difficult because Pollard's banged up, Zeke is fat and doesn't know what the hell he's doing anymore. Sorry. I don't see it with Dak. I just don't. I don't see Dak as the answer for Dallas. And I don't mean it that you can't win with him. But can you win with him paying him that amount of money? I think he needs to restructure his deal. And if they can find a way to do that, Dallas, I think, will be a problem. But until they do, $40 million for that play, for that production? You pay a guy $40 million because you know he's going to be able to carry you because your defense isn't going to be as dominant. And your O-line isn't going to be as great. And your run game isn't going to be as great. That's why you pay a guy $40 million. I don't see it. I don't see it with most quarterbacks. So it's not fair to Dak only. But that's the market, right? I guess that's the market.
And you see all quarterbacks. We talk about Carson Wentz went through this, and quarterbacks want to get paid, but with that comes expectations and definitely harsh judgment. And you look at Dak Prescott. Let's look at his rookie year. Ezekiel Elliott came into the league same year, rushed for nearly 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns. Got Dak a 13-3 record. Dak 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The following year, Zeke gets banged up, misses 6 games. Dak's record 9-7. The following year, Zeke bounces back, another 15-yard season. Dak goes to 10-6. All throughout this time, best offensive line. And to your point, you hit it right on the head. Everything, and if I'm a GM, you get a quarterback. If you have, and this is the Baker Mayfield, I'm not saying Dak's Baker Mayfield, but to a certain extent, Jared Goff's,
the
Carson
concept
Wentz.
is on
Yes.
point.
A quarterback that everything needs to go well. And he may put you in a position to win ball games. That's not who I want. You want a Justin Herbert who, with the worst offensive line, can make things happen. You want a guy like that. So with Dak, paying him $40 million, and we know this wasn't necessarily the Cowboys did not want to do this. It was more so look around the league. We have to. You're going to lose your quarterback if you don't. They paid him $40 million, and I think the Cowboys already regret it. And definitely with not even just Dak, the Ezekiel Elliott contract
the
as
Zeke
well
Elliott
was
contract
idiotic.
is beyond
Yeah.
awful. He was in Cabo eating a bunch of crab, looking like
Cowboy.
the fat ass he is. Mm-hmm. And here we are. Zeke can barely run past the line of scrimmage without losing a breath. Unbelievable.
And the problem is, look at Dak. Look how he got his start. Took over Tony Romo, won some games,
But look
looked
at the
good.
team he
Took over,
That's
though.
my biggest problem with it's not Dak. I like Dak. I really do.
But he did walk into that
I don't
situation.
like Dak at $40 million. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
I can like him at 32, 34. It matters. I don't like him at 40.
That's Patrick Mahomes' money.
The expectation is too high.
Yeah.
I know he's not going to give me that level of production. And I give him CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and Daniel Schultz. Or Dalton Schultz. I believe that Dalton Schultz is his name. And a good offensive line. Yep. And Tony Pollard is dynamic. And, they're still
look at the defensive line, too.
And the defense has stepped up this year. Don't get me wrong, I really like Dak. I just don't like him at the number. Mm-hmm. And it's clearly starting to become problematic. And they got to get rid of Zeke. They have to. Go draft Craig Reynolds is producing in the NFL. You don't need a top-tier running back. 100%. You need a guy that can hit the hole. Elijah Mitchell's doing just fine in San Francisco. Jeff Wilson takes over, does just fine. Stop it. Find a guy that can hit the hole, and you'll be just fine. You need situational running. You don't need a top-tier running back. Move on past that, Dallas. Get rid of the Zeke contract, and maybe you can live with Dak's money. So maybe Dak isn't the entire problem, and I don't mean it that way. But what I'm trying to say is, at $40 million, that's a lot of money for Dak. You pay $40 million for what? There's maybe a handful of quarterbacks that can carry a team with no offensive line, with no run game.
Yeah.
It's very limited few, so when you make that commitment, you're putting yourself in a predicament. And for Dallas, I don't see how they're going to contend this year unless Zeke drops 40 pounds. He looks like Zion Williamson right now. So they got to get their act together in Dallas. We got to go to break. When we get back, Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. Have we seen a better version of him? Have we?
Have we?
We'll see.
I don't know. But first, we have to hear about our friends over at Gypsy Vodka. Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee. Fish's favorite, Gypsy Vodka. Gypsy Vodka is gluten-free and corn distilled 6 times using artisan spring water. Guys, you guys are funny. Gypsy is the best tasting and smoothest vodka on the market. Support our local brothers, Mike and Adam. They're Michigan State alum. Gypsy is born and made in Michigan. And please, 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 I can't stress it enough. Try a bottle today. You won't regret it. And as always, please drink responsibly. I can't stress that fact enough as well. Ask for it by the name of Gypsy. And as always, please drink responsibly.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
What's the over-under? Should I tease? Who is the lock of the night? Make sure you're watching Woodward Bets to get the latest in sports betting and more. Woodward Bets daily on Woodward Sports.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Woodward Show. Well, Matthew Stafford proved a lot of haters wrong the other night for Monday Night Football. Thank God. I was getting some hate in the YouTube comments, but you know what? The boy pulled it through. But Adam, have we ever seen Stafford play at as high as the level as he is now?
I think overall, given the course of the season, I don't think anyone has ever seen this version of Matthew Stafford. Efficient, accurate, ability to throw the ball downfield, red zone percentage, his ability to not turn the ball over in the red zone. Look, he had a 3-game stretch. Let's all be honest. It was really bad. He did not look good at all, but neither did the entire team. So I can look at the Rams and say, well, you're just not good right now. You're not playing well, and the quarterback is not helping. 3 straight games with a pick 6. You can't excuse it. Having said that, look at the season as a whole. We talk about, we can't beat teams over 500. Beat the Colts. Beat the Bucks. Beat the Cardinals. Played well against the Packers. So, look, I don't think you've ever seen a better version than this. They're 13 games in, and I just want you to compare this year to his career comparables. In his career, over 13 years, he averages about 23, 22, 24, it's anywhere between 22 and 24 touchdowns a year. He averages, let's say, about a little over 10, 12, 13 interceptions a year. Okay. This year, 13 games in, 67% completion percentage, 4 higher than his career average. 3,900 yards, on pace to throw 4,800 yards. 33 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and the highest passer rating he's ever had in his career. I haven't seen this level of efficiency, and I think a lot of it does go down to coaching. It really does. Sean McVay's doing a hell of a job. Monday night, we saw vintage Sean McVay. Heavy run package, deception, play action, throw the ball downfield, and it looked great, and it made Stafford look really efficient. Only 7 incompletions, 3 touchdowns, 287 yards. They controlled the football game. That is what the Rams' recipe to success is. But you look at Stafford, he's playing good over the whole course of the season. I haven't seen him this dialed in. Yes, you guys want to point to the 3-week stretch. That's fine. But if you want to use the 3-game sample size, why the hell should I not be able to use the 10-game sample size of him actually playing well, where they're 9-1? I mean, I don't get this blowback on the Stafford thing. I think he's playing at his highest level he's ever played. He's with the best coach he's ever played for. He's in the best situation he's ever had, and he actually has a competent front office and GM. And having said all that, I think the Rams look really good. And it doesn't surprise me that he's playing at this high of a level, Jeff. It doesn't. Again, Sean McVay, I think, is a huge part of it, a huge part why. But I think you're seeing the full potential of Stafford coming out. Now, there's still, 4 games left in the year? No, 4 games. I'm right. 17-game schedule. So you got 4 games left on the year. Still a lot of football to play. Still needs to deliver in the playoffs. So many questions that still need to be answered, absolutely. But right now, he's playing at an all-time level. He's never played this good. Not even during his 41 touchdown year. That was just aired out offense, 16 interceptions, 5,000 yards. It was brutal to watch. This Stafford he makes it kind of look easy at times. And I think that shows a sign of maturity and really his game developing and growing being in LA right now, honestly.
Yeah, and he's going to eclipse probably close to 40 touchdowns since, that third year you were talking about, 41 touchdowns in that year. The year, obviously, with Calvin Johnson, he had 63% completion percentage compared to this year, damn near 70. And if you look at yards per attempt, which I love this stat because it really shows what kind of quarterback you're dealing with, Matthew Stafford, 8.3 yards per attempt this year with the Rams, and that's a 1 whole yard above his career average. What's up?
I don't understand the chat. Guys, you're not listening. You really aren't. 1 game doesn't mean Stafford turned it around. Wait until Dude, I just told you he has a career high pace in completion percentage, passer rating, touchdown to interception ratio, yards. He is playing at a high level. And you just want to sit there and dog him. I don't get it. I don't understand why we can't have a simple conversation and say, this guy's playing at the highest level he's ever played at.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's
Just
good to
acknowledge
watch. Like, what? I can't say it about Brady either. Like, what? Just because he's the Lions' former quarterback, you can't suck up your pride and say, you know what? He actually does look really good right now in LA. They're 9-4. They just got a huge win on the road, division win against one of the best teams in football. Like, God forbid, really? That's where we're at as a society here. What's wrong with you guys? Wake up. He is statistically having the career year across the board.
He's going to blow out his win total, his career high, 11.
I just don't get it. Like, well, he's got to prove it in the playoffs. You can't even get to the playoffs, and you're sitting there like talking trash about another team. What is this? What are we doing? Oh, well, they got to prove it in the playoffs. He's got to win a few games. Got to go to the Super Bowl. He's not good. Guys, I talked about this yesterday. Both teams won the trade. Be happy. Stop holding on to Stafford like with anger and frustration. You should be frustrated with the front office that was never able to build around him. Truly. Where's the head coach that's like Sean McVay? Where's the GM of Les Snead's capability? Where's the stable front office? Where is it? Where's the scouting department? Where's the talent evaluation? Cooper Kupp out of Eastern Washington. Where is it? Aaron Donald, you had your chance. Where is it? The offensive line. Todd Gurley, identifying Cam Akers. Signing Sony Michel, Darrell Henderson Jr., Robert Woods. Where is it? Stop, please. And listen. He is playing at the highest level he has ever played. If you aren't willing to acknowledge that, you aren't listening. It's just the truth. Yep. And the truth is, the Rams will likely win multiple playoff games in the 2 years that he has under his contract in LA. It is just a fact, and if you don't want to accept it or you want to hold on to, well, he'll choke. He'll choke. It's Stafford. Did you not listen yesterday? In the last 25 years, including the 12 that Matthew Stafford was a part of your organization, in the last 25 years, including this season, when he hasn't suited up for the Detroit Lions, your Detroit Lions are 54, 177, and 1. That's your record without Matthew Stafford. In the 25 years that he hasn't played for you. Do you want me to go back another 25? Because it doesn't get prettier, guys. Can we stop acting like he was this problem that held back the You had a franchise quarterback. You never gave him the right coach. You never had the front office in check. Sorry. That's the reality of the NFL. And it's not just with Stafford. This happens to so many quarterbacks. Look at Derek Carr. He's a guy you can probably win a division and win playoff games with. Hell, you won a division with him, actually, when he got hurt towards the end of the year, and he was an MVP frontrunner. Stop. Just stop it, guys. Don't be sour about it. The facts are he's playing at the highest level he's ever played at. And the truth is, whether you like it or not, you got 2 first-round picks for him and some compensatory picks. Be happy. You're good. You got to rebuild. You got to move on. But don't sit there and try to diminish what he's doing out in LA because you have sour grapes. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not. Sorry, that was a lot. I just got frustrated in the chat like people are actually dogging him and say, oh, well, he'll prove it's Stafford. He'll choke in the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
You're 1-11-1.
Yeah. That's like
and you're shitting on people for getting to the playoffs. And potentially contending for their division. And having the expectation of going to the Super Bowl. When was the last time the Lions had the expectation going into the year that they would be going to the Super Bowl?
Never.
Like, we need to be going to the Super Bowl this year. That's how good we are. Never. Standard of expectation. LA, they want to win. They demand excellence. Here, it's a rebuild. We'll accept it again. 58 years go by. It's another rebuild. I will take it. You got to be patient, Adam. I'll never understand it. We got to go to break. When we get back, my heart is absolutely going to break, and I'll tell you guys why after the break.
But first, I get to tell
Kennedy's got to tell you
about the Woodward Sports Live pregame for the game against the Cardinals this weekend. The Cardinals pregame is also with Jose Cuervo, my favorite, at the Tin Roof, downtown Detroit from 11 to 1 p.m. The kickoff is at 1:05. Braylon Edwards, Ryan Armani, Maz, and Jade from Riff will be there to host the pregame live on Woodward Sports and 101.1 The Riff. And then, of course, you have the post-game show at the 2-minute warning of every single Lions game at the Brass Rail. They start streaming live at the 2-minute warning of every Lions game to get crowd interactions and reactions with DJs, drinks, and a Woodward VIP section with food and more. So make sure you stop by for every Lions home game at the Brass Rail, Detroit.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It's that time of the year again. Time for our second annual Stuff a Studio with Woodward Sports. Last year, Metro Detroit came together to help make the largest single toy donation in Mott Children's Hospital history. This year, we make it even bigger. Stuff a Studio is happening December 13th through the 17th at the Woodward Sports Studios in Birmingham. The children in Mott Children's Hospital fight so hard all year. Now it's up to all of us to help bring a smile to their faces. So while you're out holiday shopping, make sure you pick up an extra toy or two and help us spread some love to Metro Detroit this season. We look forward to seeing you December 13th through the 17th as we stuff our studio with Woodward Sports and Myre.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go! Ho, 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 ho!
Woodward Sports. Missed part of the show today? Watch again on YouTube or download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. Today is a very bittersweet day for us here on the Morning Woodward Show and at the Woodward Sports Network. Today is Kennedy Broadwell's last day with us here on the Morning Woodward Show, and I don't even have words to even I'm not even sure what to say to you. Fish is going to give you a little gift. This is kind of a parting away gift from everyone here to you. I'm not sure what the coffee situation is going to look like in Montana. Having said that, we got you a nice little gift card. Yeah, I'm not sure if you drink you drink your coffee, but
hazelnut.
Well, whatever. Figure it out. I'm not your barista. All right, that's not my problem.
Guys.
But guys, I just want to say, Kennedy, when she showed up here at the Woodward Sports Network, she wasn't who she is right now. She was a totally different person. She hadn't grown enough personally and professionally. She was still like learning fresh out of college, and these last 8, 10, 12 months. She has grown exponentially. I've watched her develop both personally and professionally into this like young adult that is now taking on her next adventure. And I swear I couldn't be more proud. I really couldn't. And as someone that's gotten to work with her these last few months, every day doing the show, prepping for it, going over topics, cutting videos, editing, so many things that go on behind the scenes. I've gotten to know her so well. Obviously, she's one of my favorite people here. But she leaves us now. After today, she's taking a new gig, which it isn't important where or what. She can kind of disclose all that information later. But what's important is that she's on to her next adventure. And I'm going to be rooting so hard for you.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you so much because this morning show wouldn't be half of what it is without you. And every day that you were sick or that you weren't here to do the show, I was absolutely miserable because it is impossible for me to do a show without you.
I can attest to that. That is correct. He was miserable.
I really, I mean this when I say it, I really do care about you. I love you. And thank you so much for everything that you're going to make me cry now.
Wow.
Stop. That you've done here. I mean, you've really fulfilled like a lot of your potential. Everybody saw the talent in you. And the fact that
not everyone.
Well, the fact that you stepped up to the plate and proved those people wrong as well, and you were able to overcome so many things, and especially you're a woman in this industry, you're kind of already behind the 8 ball, and the fact that you powered through and you've done everything you have done here, and now you're going somewhere else. I mean, I'm so proud of you. I don't even know what else to say. You can kind of talk now, even though you're crying.
I can't.
Don't cry, please. I'm gonna cry now.
I purposely didn't wear bottom mascara because I knew you were going to make me do this.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I'm mad at you. I'm sad. I'm going to miss you guys so much. But it's going to be fine.
I gave you a warning.
I know,
that I was gonna
and
do
I cried
this.
last night. I try to get out of the way, everyone, but I cry all the time. Adam knows.
I could have given her like a My Little Pony and she would have cried. So.
Yeah.
She cries over everything, literally.
Yeah. I do.
I'm going to miss you so much. I really am. We're all going to miss you.
Yep.
Fish is going to miss you, I think, the most. And if you want, you kind of tell everybody, just about, your experience here and what's next for you and, how they can root you on, because I'm sure everybody wants to follow you and get a chance to see what you're doing. What are you doing, Fish? All right, that's nice of you, Fish. We can cut to Kennedy. Kennedy, kind of tell everybody what's next for you, what you're going to be doing. And
I am moving across the country. I will be in Montana, specifically in Helena, the capital. I took a job as a sports anchor and reporter out there. So you can see me on MTN Sports, if anyone's ever in the area, and KTVH Helena News. So I will be doing all of that fun stuff. Lots of FCS football, the rodeo. Sean O'Malley is from Helena.
He is.
Maybe I'll talk to him. Who knows? I mean, the options are endless. I hope it's a lot of Cowboys, skiing, mountains.
You're going to grow in love with FCS football. I hope you know that.
Just for you, Fish.
Look,
just for you.
What I will say is this isn't about keeping Kennedy. Look, guys, when you run an operation or any business or you work with other people, you want to see them grow.
Yeah, opportunities arise.
And this doesn't. It was never meant to be a one-stop shop. Not that it can't be, but when you're someone like Kennedy, you're out of college. This is your first job, and you excel and you do so great, and then an amazing opportunity shows up elsewhere, and you can go live on your own for really the first time outside of the state. You're independent. Like, people need to experience life. And I would be doing Kennedy a disservice if I tried and forced her hand or gave her an offer that she would, oh my goodness, I can't, stay here. I have to stay here. Like, no, you support people when they take that next step. Even if it hurts, which it does, even if it kills you inside, and, the company won't be the same, obviously, without you. And we'll have to, find a way to, move on and eventually, find a replacement and whatever the case is. But you don't stop people from pursuing their dreams. I'm just not into that. And for you, I think this is a big opportunity for you. I think we can all agree on that. This really gives you a chance to kind of go into what you really wanted to be doing, sideline reporting, team reporting, and I couldn't be more happy for you. And don't ever feel like you're letting anyone down. You're making everybody so proud of you. And the fact that you're the age you're at making this type of decision, I'm so proud of you. And I remember when I was your age and I had to pack up and leave the house. It was a really tough decision. Nobody had done it in my house before. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know what, you have to make these steps in your life. And the fact that you are, I couldn't be more proud. The way you've grown here as a person, professionally, with your video editing skills, your on-air personality skills, you've developed more of a personality. Everything you've done and grown here for the last 8-12 months, not many people can say they've done that, especially in that short of a window. And not many people can say, I experienced all this and then I packed up and I went and took on the next challenge. So don't feel guilt, because I know that's exactly what you're feeling right now, so stop it. I'll get mad at you.
I know.
Everybody in the chat is proud of you.
I know.
And look, again, whether it's Jeff in the future, Fish, I don't care who it is. When you work here, if there's an opportunity for you that you feel is best for you, you go take it. And this applies at any company. And any company that tries to hold you back or guilt trip you into staying, it's not the right company for you. I'm telling you right now. You have the right to live the life you want to live, and the way you want to live it, and the way you want to experience it. Some people want to be at Woodward Sports for 10 years. That's amazing. I'm excited that I work with people like that. There are people that want to be here for 6, 12, 18 months and try the next challenge, and they want to challenge themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially at your age. This isn't about me. Why am I talking so much for you? You got to be talking.
I can't.
You're making me
start
cry
crying
now.
Again.
Stop crying. Big girl pants up.
I know.
Come on. We practiced this.
No, we didn't. No, we
Practiced.
didn't. I literally, you guys have turned into my best friends. which is the hardest part. Obviously, like, the people that watch don't know, but I talk to all these guys, like, all the time. Outside of work, about work, it doesn't matter. Like, we've become so close, and that's, like, what's the hardest? Is that, well, one, I've never lived anywhere but the Midwest. Never really wanted to. Always wanted to come back to Detroit. This was my dream market. And I did it right out of school, which was amazing. But it's just time to try something new. But hopefully I'll be back soon doing whatever. Because, I mean, these are my favorite teams to cover at the end of the day. These are the teams that I grew up loving. And so, yeah, it's going to be different, and I have a lot to learn.
It's different. It's absolutely different, and you're going to learn so much, and you're going to grow so differently. And you're going to grow, again, personally and professionally. You're going to change. And you're always welcome back here. You are one of the few people that can leave, and I don't care who is doing the show, even if I'm not on here 3 years from now. If you say, I want to come back to Woodward, it would be open arms, absolutely. We'd love to have you back. But right now, go pursue your dreams. Go take the chance. You're young. You're independent. Go. It's okay. And everyone here is going to be rooting for you, especially Fish. Fish made a Snapchat just for you.
I know.
I hope you know that.
I know, because I told Fish I had to see his face every day.
Exactly. So look, I know this is emotional, but I'm sure everybody in the chat is just as proud of you. And you've grown so much with these people. Like, every morning you're sharing time with all these people in the chat. Like, there's been it's such a long time of relationship building.
Yeah.
And, you know, you brought up, like, how we're family. You know, I'd like to think that about most people here.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you know, again, I'm not going to stand in your way, nor should anybody. And I wouldn't allow it anyways, so it doesn't even matter if people wanted to stand in your way. I just wouldn't let it happen. But I'm proud of you. I really am. And I tried so hard to, like, practice this, like, what I wanted to say. I just didn't, like, I couldn't come to terms with, there's nothing I could say that's right or wrong, really. Like, you're phenomenal. And when people say, like, she's one of the best talents there, and, like, people can laugh at it or, like, not believe it, but you totally are. You're better than me. You're better than so many people here. You really are. Like, your smile, your ability to make other people laugh. You're so open. You're welcoming. People are easily receptive to you. You have a gift. And don't forget that, especially in Montana, when you're like a million miles away, all right?
I know.
And we have FaceTime, so this isn't like the end of the world. Relax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right? What's up, Fish?
I just wanted to say thank you to Kennedy Broadwell. Should I pan the camera over?
No. Fish.
I like that little camera swivel.
I know.
Fish.
I didn't know I could do
Got
that
it
in there.
on point. Well, it's on whatever it is. Thank you to Kennedy Broadwell for being a true friend, best friend, and just being there whenever I need someone to talk to. So I appreciate you. I wish you well. Good luck in Montana. And, yeah, thank you.
Oh, you
Can we just cut to Kennedy crying? I'm enjoying it.
Like
I
Kim
love you,
Kardashian,
Fish. Well said.
ugly crier. But
You got to commend it, though. I mean, it's a big decision. And I think you commend anybody that's willing to do that. So, yeah, we're all rooting for you.
Yeah, I'm rooting for all of you and your futures and your lives, whether you choose to get married early or you want to pursue a career like Kennedy. I don't care. I'm rooting for all of you. Good luck to all of you, and there's nothing more I could say. And for you, Kennedy, obviously you know how I feel about you. So you're my favorite person here. You're a rock star, and I will miss you. And unfortunately, I will have to replace you. Don't take it personally. This is kind of already in the works. This has been a few almost a month coming now, but I didn't think it was appropriate to kind of put it out there publicly that that you were leaving, especially before the holiday season. I think the way we did it now was the best way.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who actually tunes in every morning and shares that bond with you, I think they deserve to see you go off this kind of way. So
like this.
Yeah, in tears, absolutely.
This is how you guys deserve to see.
And a unicorn behind you as well.
Kennedy, for the last time, for now, hopefully not ever. Could you sign us off on the morning show today, please?
Yes, you guys. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me pull it together. Westy.
Thank you, Kennedy. I feel like we've really grown a lot closer in the last couple months being on the show, and I just wish you the best of luck going forward.
I'm going to miss you guys so much.
Can you confirm to the chat that we're not replacing you with Maz? Don't worry.
Is that what people thought?
Boo! No Maz. It won't be Maz, you guys. I promise. I can confirm that. You will love my replacement. Be nice to her. And I will talk to you all soon. Make sure you're following me on everything. It's at Broadwell K. Very easy to find. Broadwell, my last name, and then the letter K. And we'll stay in touch. Thank you guys so much for always being so nice to me, or not nice to me. That helped me grow too. So yeah, I've learned a lot being on this show. But you guys, this has been the Morning Woodward Show for today. They will see you back here tomorrow, Thursday, without me. All right, I will talk to you all later.
Good luck.